Hey guys, it's Hunter. I know it's been however many weeks since I last posted a video, but life gets in the way. I had stuff going on. That's all I'll say about it. I took a break. I needed a break. That's all. And today, what you're here for is the Goth Tag. The tag that, every big goth YouTuber has done. This fucking tag. And I don't mean that in a bad way. You probably know what this tag is if you clicked on the video. And if you don't, yeah, hi, welcome. To start, I have the questions on my little handy-dandy notebook. First question, how long have you been a goth? Whatever, same thing. How long have you been goth? Like when I was around 18. What am I talking about? Like, when I was around, 13 or 14, I first started getting into, alternative music. And I first got into, metalcore, pop punk kind of stuff. And then, that's kind of how it went about. So, I'm 21 now. It's 8, 7, whatever years max. Since I was at least 13 or 14, I've considered myself goth when I got, into alternative music and listening to that kind of stuff. So, yeah. How were you introduced to goth? Basically, in school, there was one of my friends was really into, like I said, they weren't into goth music, but they were into, metalcore type of stuff. So, I don't think they were into goth music. Anyways, that's how I, in turn, got into looking into alternative stuff. Because I was like, oh, they're really cool. I kind of had a crush on them. So, I was like, oh, let me look into this music. And I actually really liked it. So, I was like, oh, that's cool. So, yeah. Basically, a friend and a crush is what did it. That's how I was introduced. It wasn't introduced to goth music through that, but I was introduced to alternative music, which in turn got me introduced into goth music. You get the idea. What gothic subgenre would you put yourself in? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I think, the traditional style is what I would put myself in. A little bit of the romantic goth thing, but I don't wear dresses or anything. I just like the idea of it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't put myself in one subgenre because my fashion in general is a big mix. It's not just goth stuff, even though I consider myself goth. It's a big mix of punk, so many subgenres of punk and goth. That's what I would consider my style. So as far as gothic subgenres, I don't know. Like I said, traditional and romantic, I guess, is if I had to pick. What do you believe to be the bases of the Gothic subculture? Well, for one thing, any kind of, Gothic or punk subculture. I keep bringing punk up, I know. I was thinking of fashion and stuff. The basis of it, right? But Gothic subculture, the basis of it. Those have roots in people of color. More specifically, black cultures is where those, the roots of it really, stemmed from. So, what I believe to be the basis of it is a place where marginalized groups originally went to have somewhere to have an outlet. Basically, that having a place to express something very different, your love for something dark and the grittier type of things in life that some people would find not so, pretty to look at or weird, whatever. But yeah, I guess for me, while it is all loving dark stuff and stuff, for me, any alternative culture is for people like I said, specifically black cultures that have started punk and all that, people of color, LGBT people. That's what I think. It's for people who were very looked down on in the world, but, What do you dislike about being goth? I'll say one thing I dislike about, the whole premise of goth in general is it seems like a lot of goth people think that they need to always be, negative, being oh, I hate life, I hate this. Just so negative, just because, it's oh, goth, death, whatever. It doesn't have to be oh, I hate everything. That's the thing I hate the most. It's you can be goth and be happy and positive. What do your parents think of it? don't care. Never really cared. My mom, while I was in the womb, loved rock and roll music, like 80s, like Poison, and what the fuck else did she like? Cinderella, all that stuff. So, and I'm very, again, like I said, I'm very punk and goth, and I guess you would say whatever, like a metalhead, if that's what you call it, rock and roll, whatever. So it really, I don't think it surprised her that I ended up being into that at all. So. Eyebrow or no eyebrows? Eyebrow. Yeah. I used to shave, well, I still shave my eyebrows. I used to shave them off completely to draw them, and it was very nice, but it's just very convenient now for me to keep, like, the tail areas and just draw them on like that, because if I just don't feel like drawing them on perfectly one day, I can just, I can have eyebrows for one, or I can just, like, take some powder and just make them look kind of natural, so. Eyebrows, for sure. I didn't, even when I shaved my eyebrows, I didn't like not having eyebrows. I just don't look right with them, and I already have, like, a big forehead, so. What is your favorite band? I'm guessing if you're talking about, like, Gothic bands, I like Christian Death. I really like Christian Death. Yeah. That's my favorite goth band. Your opinion on Marilyn Manson. I don't like his music, and I don't like him personally. I've tried getting into his music, and I've only liked, like, one or two songs. I don't like his music. And it's not, like, I think it's bad. It's just not for me, and, like, everybody loves it, and I just can't get into his music. I like one or two songs, but that's about it. The rest of it's just mediocre to me, personally. My ears, but. What were your baby bat days like? Oh my god. I look back at pictures of myself when I was, like I said, when I was, like, around 13, 14, 15. Iconic. An iconic child. I knew how to draw my eyebrows so good. I did my makeup so good, too, because I shaved on my eyebrows, so I had more room space than I do now with my natural kind of tail areas. Iconic. I'll just say iconic. But people are like, oh, cringing. I don't know. No. Because I was just getting into it, just figuring out my style and, like, the music and, like, what I was, so. Oh, that is it. That was the Goth Tag. Interesting. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that and maybe learned a thing or two from my very raspy voice. I feel like my voice is very raspy today, but it kind of always is in some parts. So, yeah. That was all, and you can like, comment, and subscribe if you feel drawn to. I'll say that, drawn to. And I will see you in the next video. Yeah, if you have any other video ideas, like, leave them below. Like, that would be a help. So, yeah. See ya, and look at this, look at this. Look at this. You're welcome. Thank you.